Hey guys, this is Bragg. Welcome to Costa Rica, day 2, part 1. We'll take you all the way up to lunch on the second day of the trip. And this got a lot more technical and a lot more difficult than day 1. A lot of fun in store.
You will not want to miss this section of the video. This starts about 8 minutes, so if you want to just skip there, go for it. But you need to watch it. It is so much fun watching all of our group struggle on this hill. We had a lot of laughs and a really good time with it.
Starting off day 2, leaving the compound, we were gonna pop up on top of the ridge and get a cool overlook of the city of Jaco. It was absolutely beautiful up there.
This is Kyle, super cool dude, man. He was so much fun to be around, always jacked up, always smiling. He even tried to teach me how to surf the day after this.
Jeff and I decided to take a detour here. We found a little open dirt area with some hero dirt, really great traction. So decided to make a little donut track. I got a little too slow and wiped out at one point, and Jeff actually ran me over. This rutted single track stuff was just everywhere. These ruts are so deep. You're trying to stand on your pegs and the sides of the ruts are just taking your foot right off. At some points you just had to sit down and kick your feet up because there was no room for your pegs and for your feet up. Spots like this one coming up just had some beautifully bermed up corners that were amazing to hit. It was a lot of fun. So this one's a little embarrassing, but like I said, the dirt's just wet. You hit the brakes a little bit, lock them up, and you just keep sliding. I kind of just locked up the front, slid to a stop here, and tipped over. Like I said, a bit embarrassing, but it is what. This dozer work combined with the rain the previous day made for really slick clay on this trail.
Whoa! Super thick. Can't even turn.
The section where Carlos is just pointing off into the jungle, we have no idea where he's going. All of a sudden there's a
I had no idea where he was going. I was about to ask him, like, are you just sitting here or what? That's a little slick. Yeah, same. I was sideways. Rear tire was chasing me. Hey. That's better. Get me back in the dirt. Hut hut. I can't push it.
Hey, get on the bike, jump on the bike. Sit on the bike, you gotta sit on the bike.
You know that feeling at the top of the hill where you fight, and you're just so exhausted?
Hey,
yeah, that was me right now.
3 rounds already.
It helped a lot. I was trying to stand next to my bike and push. It wasn't working. Wait on the seat or you won't go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm kind of back up.
So now after getting my tip from Carlos, I'm thinking, man, I made that hill look way harder than it was supposed to. Eric makes it look absolutely easy. And so now I'm standing on top thinking, I have to ride that again. I made it look so hard, I can do that way smoother.
Ricardo, unmute my microphone.
Scott was third up from our crew, and man, he killed this hill.
So your back tire's got more traction. I think you're too far forward. Because when he told me to put my legs up and forward, it moved my butt back and I had way more.
This next one coming up is Hasten, and he just flew right up, and me and Eric are looking at each other like, which one of our group is that? Oh wait, no, that's Hasten. That makes sense. This next one, another one of our guides, Jeffrey, flew right up it, and I might say he did it better than Hasten did.
Go, Trav, go! All the way, Trav, come on, go, go, go! Go, Trav, faster!
This is Travis. He did absolutely awesome at this part, but in the end, he made it about halfway up and then forfeited it over to Jeffrey.
Doing good.
You can see by how low he sits right now, how deep that rut is. Look at that. His head's below his rear fender as he's standing in that rut. So you can tell how much of a big lip that is.
Uno cerveza. That's expensive. I'd ride it. Dame mi motocicleta.
Looking back at this video now, I did not realize that Jeffrey fell at the top of this hill, so you know I had to hit him up and give him some shit for it. And you can see in his text he says Udemy. I'll explain that in a minute too.
Here goes Kyle giving it his best effort. Again, made it about halfway up right to that same ledge that Travis did and got hung up. Hasten ended up taking over. My man looks like a bull rider coming up here on this bike. This spot in particular really showed how good our guides were, how talented they are on bikes. It was awesome to watch. Next up is Dane, and he absolutely killed this freaking thing. Look at him just fly up, no momentum loss, just keeps going and going, makes it all the way top, no problem. Absolutely awesome. So this next one might have been my fault. At this point, I'm down at the bottom, coaching momentum, telling him to roll through the bottom and go fast. Talon went a little bit too fast and ended up in the river at the bottom. Sorry, Talon. He also did a very good job. He gave her everything she had, but in the end, Hasten also took his bike up to the
steer
top.
to the left just 2 inches. Can you hear me? There's a rock.
So one of our party members, Glenn, was nice enough to let me try this again. It didn't go any better.
It's probably more rutted out since we came up last too.
That was Eric, and thank you. It may have been more rutted out, but it still was not my best effort.
Oh, we gotta get to him.
Buenos días. Whoa!
Ayúdame.
Buenos días.
Don't step on me, help me.
¿Para dónde? Para arriba. Quítate. Get out. Get out. Ayúdame. Hey.
Glenn! Glenn!
Where is Glenn?
Allí.
You got injured or you gotta pay for that?
And that, my friends, is where throwing around the term a Udemy started for the rest of the trip. I woke up the next morning and it was written on my bike in Sharpie. It was the running joke for the duration of the trip. Anytime anybody fell, a Udemy! It means help me. Yeah. Needless to say, after that, I passed the bike off to Hasten and let him take another one up the hill.
And there you get to see my walk of shame.
I was gonna say, those are quick disconnect. They're meant to come off, right?
That was better the first time. Good. It's hard. The first try was better.
Yeah, I'll bet the ruts were shallower the first time. They have to be with how many tires have spun up. Yep, he's up.
And last but far from least, Jeff comes up behind me. He is the biggest sandbagger of the group. Makes this hill look like nothing. Followed me around the whole trip, sandbagging like he wasn't hardly going to keep up, and just smoked everything we did, no problem.
Now I have to apologize again because my camera flipped into picture mode during the stunts we were pulling. So here's a picture of me laying on the ground. No idea how I got that. But Jeffrey and I went on a little adventure, and this really was one of the best parts of the trip. In the next picture you can see Jeffrey's actually refilling my bike full of water because I overheated so much working in the middle of the jungle. This one, Jeffrey was cutting down vines because it was so overgrown and so thick that you couldn't get through it without cutting them down. He pulled a machete out of nowhere and he starts ripping off vines. They say that it only takes about 2 weeks for a trail to go from what you're looking at now to completely overgrown and unrideable. Remember the whole boots being wet thing? Yeah, day 2 that didn't change. Everything was wet, the entire... Here we are pulling up to the private motocross track. It's about 11:20 a.m., so it's not even late yet. We're just getting started. This will conclude Costa Rica Day 2 Part 1. So Day 2 Part 2 we'll start with the private motocross track. We had a lot of fun hitting some jumps. Not normally a jump guy, but they brought out the camera and I couldn't disappoint.